So Father Crowley Lookout Point is a location where Navy jets fly through this canyon, and it's also called Jedi Transition. I'm not entirely sure why that name, but I guess it's because it reminds them of Star Wars, the way the what do you call those? All right, so here we are at the Father Crowley Lookout Point. You can pause that and read that if you want to. This is the pilot that crashed. There's the story.
Naval investigators are looking for clues in a fighter jet crash in California. The pilot was killed yesterday. He has not been identified. Carter Evans spoke with a witness in Death Valley National Park.
And we saw this gigantic mushroom cloud.
Tim Castle was working at his resort when the fighter jet crashed. He rushed to the scene to check for survivors.
All I saw was just scorched rock and burning bushes.
No sign of the pilot.
No sign of a pilot, no sign of the aircraft.
Sources tell CBS News no parachute deployed and no emergency beacon was activated. The crash happened in an area nicknamed Star Wars Canyon because fighter pilots can often be seen maneuvering planes between the mountains, like the fictional X-Wing fighters in the Star Wars movies. The location often attracts sightseers, including 7 tourists from France who suffered cuts and burns from flying.
This is the lookout point. You can't fly drones here for obvious reasons. So jets will fly in from over here. They'll drop in from there, follow that through, all the way like that. Follow that through and exit at the far end of the canyon over there towards Death Valley. And I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, that humming sound. That's a jet flying overhead. But he's not dropping in here apparently. At least not yet. I haven't seen one yet. But look how deep that is. A nice little deep canyon. There used to be a car down there. I don't see it now. Let me see if I can, maybe I can spot it now. Let's see. But there used to be a car down there that went over the edge here before this fence was up. And they never brought it back up. On that ledge way down there, I don't know if you guys can see anything down there. I can't see it from where I'm at. I'm raising this up. But like I said, there used to be a car. It used to be a wreck down there from long ago. It was all rusted up and bent up and beat up. And the crash site it went into the hillside. Hold on, let's see. Right there, that hillside right there. The jet was supposed to avoid that. They were supposed to make a turn just before that spot and avoid that cornice there, and it didn't. It connected with that rocky outcropping there and crashed. And there were, like I said, some tourists up on top there. As you can see, there's a road going back there, a dirt road. Tourists were back there walking, trying to look into the canyon. And, some of the debris and jet fuel and stuff spilled over to them and they got injured. But the jets, what they do is they fly through here, like I said, and then the valley floor is down here. That's the valley floor. That's not Death Valley. Death Valley is on the other side of those mountains back there. But that is a transition valley there, and that goes right between, and that's where the jets come out, and then they spread out from there. They fly off into, they fly off like that into the distance. If you ever have a chance to come out here and actually see jets, it's worth the experience. They're beautiful as they fly through at almost full speed, just blasting right through here, crazy. But it's a beautiful spot to begin with. It looks like the Grand Canyon, but on a smaller scale. And the canyon walls have these beautiful colorations on them too, like these oranges and peach colors on them. Now, I've been into this canyon down there. Let me see if I can put my finger on it. Down in that location down there. I've been in the canyon down there. A couple of years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, I went down there because I came out here and I ran into a professor from UCLA, and he told me that there were petroglyphs down in the canyon, and he told me how to find them. And so I went out there and went on a long hike. It was a long hike, and I never found the petroglyphs. I'm sure they're there, I just didn't find them. But there are petroglyphs down in these canyons because the natives, first peoples, used to live in these canyons. But the canyon is accessible from the far end over there. It gradually drops into this deep depression that you see here, but you can literally start walking into the canyon from the far end over there and just follow it down into the depths of the canyon. And you can probably follow it all the way down if you wanted to, all the way down into the valley floor over there. I'm not sure that I would want to try that. It seems like a dangerous endeavor. Down there where I was, it wasn't very walkable. It's more like an ancient river bed down there where water went through at one point. So it's all rocky and craggy and very difficult to walk through there. This is where the jets drop into the canyon. So they drop directly from here and they go whoop, right through there. This is a good spot to get close-up photos of jets coming out of high altitude into this canyon. Now that I'm looking around here, I'm wondering if that right there, that spot right there, if that could be maybe the petroglyphs that the professor was talking about that I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure if there's petroglyphs on there, but I kind of do see patterns and stuff on those rocks. I don't know. I don't feel like walking all the way out there just to find out that I'm wrong, so I'm going to skip that. Anyway, so this is the entrance to the canyon, basically. And it's really accessible. It's right here, right off the road. So the road is right behind me here, as you can see right there. There's the road.